Hey everyone, many blessings. It's cold. It's really cold out here. Um, it's freezing. But I was really determined to get this video posted today. I'm trying to stay consistent between studying and being a stay-at-home mom and teaching and just doing a little bit of everything. But I'm trying to get a little bit more consistent for you guys so you can always expect at least one video a week from me. And I hope to even get a little bit more professional with these videos and increase my knowledge. So just work with me. But let's just get right into it. The title of this topic is going to be The Creation is Only a Reflection of its Creator. Knowledge and theory. So as I'm increasing my knowledge base on, knowledge and theory and, empirical research and data and analysis and evaluation and service and integrity and just a number of things that I'm increasing my knowledge base on. One thing I came across is that knowledge and theory go hand in hand when we are using common sense, yes, but when we are making an educated guess or even when we're using logic, that's where knowledge and theory comes into play. Especially when it comes to the topic of the creation is only a reflection of its creator. There's many examples where we get this from, where we see that the creation is only a reflection of its creator. For instance, like in the Bible, we were made in the image of Yah, or God, or Jesus, Yeshua, um, Yeshua, Hamashiach. Another example is, with simply genetics and DNA. The mother and the father create a human being. And yes, there's genetic familiarities. Maybe you have the same nose, the same eyes, the same lips, maybe the same body type. But you can't just look at it from that point of view. There's a micro, meso, and macro level of looking at anything, right? Because if you go from that, just using mother and father as a simple example, you have many other things to look at, like person and environment, family and environment. How is that baby being raised? What is it growing up in? Is it growing up in a environment that stimulates mental well-being, physical well-being, emotional well-being? What are the macro, meso, and macro level conditions that are helping to raise and stimulate that child, right? Or anything, they need a proper environment to grow up in to be a stable being, to be emotionally balanced, physically balanced, mentally balanced. You need that kind of stability and just that stability and balance in your life, you know. What I am asking for the chosen to do is we must continue to look at things from a bird's eye perspective. We must continue to ask these questions on every level of thinking, for every situation, for every being. We must continue to ask the question why, what, how, when, where, who, and does it make sense? We must investigate every aspect from a micro, meso, and macro level. Okay? Everything needs something to thrive on. You can either create an atmosphere of death or of life. And that goes all back to the PIE observation, person and environment. We must look at, you know, is it being brought up in an atmosphere of death? Because we know if you're being brought up in an atmosphere of death, nothing comes from that but death and decay and destruction. The characteristics of being brought up to death in a death atmosphere is in a death and environment atmosphere is there's no hope. There's a feeling of self-hate. You lack a belief in self. Looking for hope in other things. There's a disconnection with life and existence as it is. That's the death logic. Okay? Life, if you're living on a life logic system, there's the ability to thrive. There's self-love and love for others like yourself. There's hope. There's the here and now. And again, if you use knowledge and theory, you can come to the conclusion that with death, nothing comes from death but death, destruction, and decay. With life, there's life in abundance. There's an ability to thrive. There's hope. There's beauty in tomorrow. So the question I want to beg for everyone today is, or not a question, but better yet, a statement I want to put on you guys' hearts, are that actions are based on intentions. Now, there's a video I did a little while back, and I was stating that we are getting dumber, not smarter. We're getting dumber, not smarter. But our egos and our pride tells us that we are getting smarter. But if we were getting smarter, why would we be intentionally or unintentionally killing ourselves in our habitation every day? And I want to beg this question again. If we are getting smarter and not dumber, why then would we be intentionally or unintentionally killing ourselves and our habitation every day? Another thing I want to beg for you guys is that there's a question I've been really wanting to know the answer to, and I'm sure I'm not going to get it on this, but it's why and how could you trust someone and something that's number one goal is to destroy you? That alone explains the self-hate. We lack the ability to truly love ourselves. And again, I want to state the creation is only a reflection of its creator. If the creator has flaws, has weaknesses, the creation will also have flaws and have weaknesses. I also stated this back in one of my videos too. Imperfect beings are incapable of making something perfect. Another thing I wanted to bring to our attention is because, looking at things from a micro, meso, macro level, think about if you lived in a society where all you did was take orders all day, whether they were done rudely, nicely, inappropriately, disrespectfully. All you did was take orders all day. And you never got to experience what real life was like. You were never brought up in an environment where you had the ability to spend time with true and real authentic spiritual beings. And you're constantly exposed to demonic entities and raised by them. Where you've never experienced the beauty of life nature and all that Yah has to offer. Knowledge and theory through empirical research, analysis, past examples, and present examples. This could only in turn cause resentment, hate, animosity, feeling of loss, being lost, loneliness, misunderstood, confused, used, hoodwinked, and always having the question of why. Why? Why me? Who's to blame? So the last piece I want to leave y'all with is, are you creating your own karma? Are you creating your own karma? The saying goes, what comes around goes around. Only time will tell, but my knowledge and my theory has concluded this. Sometimes you are the cause of your own karma. And not sometimes, usually. So it's 11:11. And I did want to do a scripture. And this is going to be very, very just like random. Because I'm just looking at it right now, you guys. I'm just looking up a scripture. Okay, and it's looking like it's First Kings chapter 12. Let's see if I can get a reading.
1 Kings 12. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel would come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men, that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father delayed you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Well,
Okay, that was a little bit of First King, chapters 1, verses 1 through 11. And please feel free to read and meditate on this whole chapter. And like I said, that was just off the whim, something I just quickly went to. But yeah, at 11:11 a.m. or p.m. And that is all I'm going to leave y'all with today. I'm sorry, my son is coming out here. He's very nosy. He loves mommy and loves to spend time with me. But I think that's what I want to leave y'all with today. I'm sending y'all much love and blessings. Peace, love, light. Namaste.